Hey guys, Centix here. Today I will show you that the anti-macro patch is no use whatsoever and thus it should be removed or they should come up with another initiative. The anti-macro patch doesn't apply to the new guns, making the para and other older guns pretty shitty. I've made a macro with a 1 millisecond delay to show you that it does affect the para, but it doesn't affect the new tap guns like the M14 Battleship, AK-12 and the Proto. On the para I'm using long range barrel and grip, on the Proto I'm using long range barrel trigger and grip, and on the AK-12 I'm using long range barrel, grip and recoil control stock. Let's start off with the para. First I'll tap, then I'll macro. So you can see that it does affect the para a lot. Tapping. Macroing. As you can see it's like you're spraying. It doesn't help at all. Let's do it standing up. Tapping and now macroing. Let's switch to the Proto and you'll see that macroing does give a mad advantage. By the way, I do not condone macroing. I've never macroed in my life. I will never do it except for this video to show you that Redux should change it. But when you macro, you're a big pussy. You should quit the game and fucking play RuneScape or whatever. Cause you're shit. Okay, so let's start with tapping. Now macroing. Let's do it standing up, tapping. Now macroing. As you can see, macroing does give an advantage to the Proto, especially because you don't have to focus on tapping anymore, so you can focus more on aiming, strafing, getting cover, calls, whatever. Let me switch to the AK-12 and the M14 Battleship so you can see that it doesn't apply to them as well. Alright, so I'm back. I've got the AK-12 and you'll see that macroing it also gives you an advantage. It doesn't expand like the para. And, well yeah. Let's start with the tap. Now macro. Standing up. Macro. Let's switch to the Battleship. Well, it's a cosmic, but it's a reskin, so it doesn't matter. Tap. Macro. Standing up. Macro. So it doesn't affect those guns as well, but it does affect a medium tier gun that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I've got one more gun I'll show you, which is really known, one of the most used guns, and even the macro on that gun, although it doesn't have like any recoil or whatsoever, it does help macroing those guns, which is retarded. And it is the AK-47. I will show you. First I will burst, then I will spray, and then I will macro. Okay? So let's start bursting. I'll do it standing up. Okay, that was bursting or spraying. By the way, I am controlling the recoil also with the other guns, because that's what you do every time. So, and now I will macro. You can see it's way more stable. The crosshair does expand faster on the beginning, but that only helps because you can see where you have to aim. Okay, let's macro. As you can see, it is tighter, so it does help, and a lot of people macro, even people uploading it. I won't call anyone out. Um, they know it for themselves, even if they lie about it. Yeah, so that's just to show that the new guns, I mean, you can just macro with it, which makes no sense at all, since you can't macro, I mean, you shouldn't macro, but you can't macro with a para, which is a medium tier gun. Um, also, it's not like I'm asking for the anti-macro patch to disappear so I can macro. I'm asking it so the para can go back to the way it was. I mean, I've only played with the para like 2 months or 3 months before it got nerfed, before the anti-macro patch was implemented. But still, I mean, I've seen it play. I've played with it for 2 months, which is enough in my opinion. Um, that voice crack though. Um, But yeah, they should just reverse it because it has no use whatsoever anymore. You can even, if you macro it, the Glock, it also helps like this. First I'll tap, then I'll macro. I'll macro. So yeah, it's just ridiculous. They should just remove it and come up with something different or make it so you can't, well, even if they would like implement it to the new guns, the proto, it would still make the para shitty. So yeah, I'm just asking for a para buff, sorta, but more or less the anti-macro patch should just disappear because it has no use. I mean, people will start macroing with the para, but the proto will still win probably. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you have enjoyed. Good luck with the nation challenge, and I'll talk to you guys in game. Peace.